Hi, Svetlana, Daphne here. Thank you for sending your next essay. There is no rush. I know everybody is so busy and sounds really exciting about your opportunity in China. That's great. Um, Now, I don't know what's happened on this essay because it feels like uh, it's you got some nice ideas, but do you remember when you worked with the template in Module 3? You worked with a template which showed you the framework for the essay. Yeah, so some of it you're using, but some of it has just disappeared totally. So this, from an IELTS essay, just does not work. This is not the correct layout for an IELTS essay. It is so important that you get this right because this can't get you more than a 6.5 at the most, because you're not writing in the traditional IELTS style, which is what they're looking for. It's not organized correctly. This would affect your coherence. Um, and obviously the task achievement, because we really need you to be answering the question correctly. Okay, so please go back to the template and maybe rewrite this essay for yourself. Just get it more organized. So there should be two clear paragraphs. One paragraph: governments spend money on art, yeah, to develop quality of lives. Second paragraph: okay, art's okay, but hospital or schools would be better. So it's quite easy. It's a very obvious layout here. One paragraph of this, one paragraph of that. Give your opinion at the beginning, give your opinion at the end. Okay, this is a nice essay, really. So scientists and ordinary citizens are debating whether authorities, you don't need this from different countries, so it's global scientists or whatever, should invest their budgets. Why scientists also? Why scientists? I would have thought maybe artists. Yeah. In developing arts, so in developing arts, yeah, such as creating galleries or building galleries or commissioning, that means asking for sculptures that improve the status of the inhabitants, and you don't need that then apostrophe, or request, so these people still, or should they request their government to consider distributing, it would have to be ing there, their financial resources into other parts. So I wouldn't go other parts, I'd say what you mean, into hospitals or schools. So what else would get the money? Hospitals and schools. I strongly believe ministry should spend significant amount of money, so not lots, significant on arts, because people could be educated about local culture. That's fine. Okay, really nice. Okay. This essay will discuss, yeah, and then here. That's fine. It's quite long, this bit. You might want to develop that in here rather than in there. Okay. There's ample evidence that supports the idea of some scientists. So again, I don't know why scientists, but maybe you might choose artists or uh, journalists or members of the or actors. I don't know. Somebody more art people, media. Artistry is the most important industry. It needs to be supported by authorities. This is due to the fact that art galleries, street arts, yep, good. So if you've only got two things, use and. Bring positive impact on human development and education. That's lovely. Good. Lovely. You could say something like why, because it makes people feel, it teaches people about their history, or why is this so good? Yeah, they can learn about their history, or they could be uplifted, feeling more positive, something like that. Then, for example, recent research reported that many people enjoyed mixed exhibitions. That is fine. So no exclamation mark here. So, and then you want to have, so therefore, given the popularity of art. Oh, therefore, sorry. Therefore, it has been shown that city residents enjoy and benefit from such experiences. Okay, so that is your end of that paragraph. Okay, so it's a good thing. Fantastic. Now, here, you should really, this whole paragraph should go the other way. Okay, I know, do you agree or disagree? So you're saying you agree and you're not mentioning this at all. You must mention this a bit. Okay, if you want to go one way, so you need to have however, or although, you need to use an although clause. Although many critics argue that government money should be spent on hospitals and schools, so then you would mention the other side, then you can carry on. So have a look also in the course, look at using although, that is near the end of the course. Although many critics argue government money should be spent on hospitals and schools which are important for their citizens or education, artists, then you could carry on, artists bring colourful expressions of their mood or their vision, which could improve the imagination of visitors and develop their ability to read messages from performers. Okay, so this is like the other side. So this is one way, this is the other side, and then you're carrying on back with the first idea again. But you shouldn't use lastly, because otherwise you're just giving me a list. The structure is not working here. A performance on canvas. Artists are paid low salary. So that is not relevant for the essay. Yes, okay. So after that sentence, performance on canvas, then you could have if governments, conditional sentence, that's nice. If governments bring their attention to these crews, would develop, okay, that's fine, okay. You really should have an example, but maybe that's the example, and then okay, conclusively, so it, or thus, maybe rather than therefore, thus, government support for the arts should have equal place with other key policy decisions. Something like that. Okay, so then that would conclude this paragraph. So your concession, this is although, da da da, then you're going back to your first argument, topic sentence, development, and then the conclusion, the end of that paragraph there. And then from the examples given, I firmly believe art galleries treat artists, to governments, ordinary citizens in countries in general, or in countries worldwide. It's considered, that's not important for this one. So it's considered that, or it's hoped that governments would continue to invest in these important industries. Okay, so I hope that's clear. This is really to do with the coherence. The structure is not correct, and it is a really, really important thing to make sure you are very confident on that. Okay, otherwise you've got some nice ideas and some nice vocabulary. Make sure you're keeping this high level of vocabulary, as high level as you can. Okay, so task 1, here we go. Ielts, there we go. Interesting, women doing better than men. Good. The graph, what kind of graph? You need a bar chart. You must tell me what it is. Compares band scores of females and that. Yeah, that's fine. The highest proportion of Ielts. So Ielts should be capital letters actually. Evaluations were 6.1, equally in listening and reading among I wouldn't say girls and boys because that suggests young, but I would say women and men. Whereas, whereas men scored, not have got, that's not very formal, scored 5.8 in both categories. In contrast, the lowest, so not least, lowest band scores received by a male was 5.4 in writing. However, females or women were higher for 2 points in this exam category. The speaking section shows similar progress among, so here you could have males and females with 5.8 and 5.9 respectively. Writing was the least successful part for both genders. Very good. The least. Well done. Notable marks for listening. And noticeable marks? Do you mean similar marks? Similar marks were obtained? I did not sure what we mean noticeable there. So overall, you can have this overall at the end, or you can have it at the beginning. Personally, I like it at the beginning because that is for me more logical. You're giving me an overview, like an introduction. This section should be divided into two halves. So you have this one, then you have your overall, if you want to put it there. Then this detail, so this is a detailed paragraph, should be in two sections. So if you're going to make a break there, you need to have more information in here, okay? So, and you've talked about boys, so it might be more logical to move the information for boys into there, and then give me another paragraph here with some more information. So you're using the right structure, which is good. So you're using the highest, lowest, whereas, while. You're using the right connection words, but you need to have more information in there. Okay, so I'm going to send you a link which will help you on that. And there's just been a podcast released on task 1, so check out that podcast as well. So you've got some good stuff in here, but I think you just need to be a little bit more precise. And also you need to write, you definitely need to write at least 150 words. Yeah, you will lose marks if you are below that score. Okay, so well done. Keep on trying. Okay, but just revise aspects of the course which I think need just to get you back on the right track. Okay, stay safe and well done.